They feel like Shawnee and Jalen are the best options. Best thing I could do is come here, be healthy, and just be ready for any opportunity I get.
Al said this is a new week, so where you're at this week with your thought process?
Really don't know. Same thing. Been rotating in practice. Hopefully, translate over to the game, but just showing up here. Doing the best I can. Whenever I get an opportunity, just take advantage of it.
It's a competitor. How do you take it? How do you deal with it? How do you focus that?
Just focus on just being the best teammate and making sure that when eyes is on me, I'm being the best teammate that I can, and that's my main focus. Is being a great teammate, and whenever my number's called, just make sure that I go out there and do my business.
Because it did seem odd that you didn't play at all, at least from our perspective. Have they told you anything differently for this game? Like, have they told you, hey, be ready to be involved?
I was told that last week, and I didn't get in, so just rolling with the punches at this point.
And when they told you that, and Pat kind of asked you how disappointed, did you say anything to them? Did you ask more questions, like why? That the whole part of that?
No, because at the end of the day, they believe that the guys on the field that's going to help us win, and I'm on the same boat. At the end of the day, I want to win, and if I'm out there to help us win, if the guys out there, they're going to help us win. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be a great teammate and just win any opportunity that I get.
Adversity here before. Talk about each of those past experiences to kind of help you through this game going on.
It just helped me. I'm more mature, and like you said, I've been through this already. So the best thing I could do is just smile and wave, and whenever I get opportunity, just go out there and do my thing.
And and by the time Saturday night comes,
it does seem it does seem like over the last month or so, your play is kind of going up. Are you starting to feel that?
Yeah, I feel that. You can see that. At the end of the day, the body always takes time to heal, and for me being able to be myself now and go out there and play some good football like I did in my career, and I'm excited. Anytime I got to get an opportunity to come through for the team, man, it means a lot. So whenever I go out there, I'll be ready.
Grady, Ben was talking about how, as a young coach, you don't ever want to take for granted these opportunities. You've played in the playoffs before, but you've also had teams that had bad seasons, so you don't get there. What's it like to be back and to know you've got another opportunity to seize that?
I mean, there's no feeling better, man. Like you said, you got to seize this opportunity whenever it arrives, because I made it as a young player. Now I'm more of a veteran player, and it's been a minute since I've been back in the postseason. So it's an opportunity that I don't want to take for granted, and always want to put my best foot forward. And, any guy that's going to experience it for the first time, especially when you're young, you think it just happened. You think it just, playoffs come, that's what we do. But, that could be the story of somebody's career, and it could not be the other way. So you just never know when your other opportunity going to come. So you just want to seize the moment, do what you do, and go out there.
This is my first time in this thing too, so I'm just going with the flow, working hard. Everything is, you can tell everything is been amped up. Even our practice have been, so it's a lot of bugs, but butterflies going on. But I gotta go out there and execute. It's amazing. It took me 8 years to get here, so I'm loving every moment.
Is that surreal? Just like how long you can be you're playing?
Do you know specific? Thought I was going to get it 1 year where we had 7 wins in the NFC South, but we didn't get it. So now I'm glad we did it here. Definitely.
What are some of the experience you guys told you about taking
Nothing really. Nobody really been talking to me about how to approach it. They just figured it out. They know I'm close to my father and just what I do best.
DJ, we know. Been preaching attention to some even more
I think it hit home for everybody because when we mess up something, everybody's already talking about it and trying to fix it, so we're all on the same page.
You really seem to take pleasure. You want it? Resonates on me. Can you talk a little about that? Why?
Why? Because they always tripping. It's always some talking going on somewhere somehow during the game, before the game always. And it is what it is. I mean, the rivalry it speaks for itself, but the players that's on both sides of both teams right now, I think are pretty amped about this third matchup and just getting out there.
Does it feel? I know it's a short week, but in a lot of ways, does it feel like a long week?
Yeah. Even though it's Saturday night, it's still a ways away, and I mean, we can't get there fast enough.
What was the game we have wrong?
Just having my little brother back out there, you know, he's always got a smile on his face, even if something isn't right. Like these past few weeks he's been out, he's just been trying to get better and having a smile on his face and bringing joy to our room. Yeah. Sometimes it get loud in the huddle. They just gotta quiet down when they're offense. When they on defense, when we on defense, make it loud as possible.
Do you ever talk to the younger players about settling down in some of these big moments, these big games?
No, because you can't. Why would you tell? You want to tell a lion not to go feast? Like you can't tell them that they can't go do something. So just let them play free and just play fast at the end of the day.
DJ, your touchdown is one of the more iconic moments in this rivalry. Are you looking forward to maybe trying to find another moment this week?
Nah, I'll let the moments come to me. I don't really go out there and try to press for anything. Just go out there and just do what I do.
Ben talked about being prepared for 5 more weeks. Have you let yourself think about the idea of a big run here?
I mean, 5 weeks, it sounds crazy, but you just gotta go a week at a time. Just how you do in the regular season, but now it's more amped up. And just take it week by week.
Have you been able to savor just like national reaction to that walk-off touchdown that you got and just how much has been shared?
I guess it's been shared a lot. After it happened, I haven't really gone back and watched it, but I know a lot of people love it, and I've been seeing it on a lot of clothes lately. So, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see what people wear this game.
You haven't watched it once? You haven't watched it once?
I mean, you watched it in film, but that was it.
People love the cheese grater head as well.
Yeah, I got that from Roshan. They put it in my head when I was going to play football, so that's how that came about.
How have you seen Caleb kind of grow into this moment of this offense?
He's the most prepared on offense, as he should be, and he's taking that role and ran with it and been doing a great job. And it all falls on us to go out there and execute and be on our spot.
DJ, in many ways, this is kind of unexpected. I'm not talking about inside this locker room. How satisfying is it to have this opportunity, after what your career here has been, missing the playoffs, new coaching staff, all those things, just to have this chance?
I mean, it's great. When you look at it, no winning season since high school is crazy, but to be in this locker room, like I said, with all the guys, especially my rookies, they make the game young again and go out there and just have fun with them.
It's not so much an opponent for me. I think it's just being able to be out there and playing in a playoff game.
I know it's a short week. Does it sort of feel like a long week because you're just ready to kick this thing off?
Nah, it's actually going by fast for me. I think KB kind of alluded to it earlier in the week that it's kind of like a sense everybody's kind of refreshed. It's a new season. Week 1 of 5 weeks, and just go out there and we can just take care of business.
You guys were so frustrated after that Lions game, and it feels like you guys flipped that real quickly. But do you still feel like you can use some of that frustration in this playoff run?
Nah. For me, I think it's just putting on the back burner. Week 18 was week 18. Not thinking about it. We got an opponent ahead of us who's a great offense. They convert on third down, so locking in on that and that game plan and going out there and trying to execute.
Have you heard any of the chatter coming out of Green Bay?
Yeah, I've seen a few of the little interviews, but it was what it was.
Okay.
You mentioned third downs. In general, I think they're second in the league on third down. You guys did struggle against them on third downs. How do you tighten that up? What's the message?
You said it. Tighten it up. Tighten up the coverage. Give them different looks and pressure them. Move them off his spot and just make them make the throws that we want and capitalize on the ball when it's in the air.
Do you have to get physical with players like Christian Watson or Romeo Dobbs, to kind of disrupt their patterns?
You got to get physical with everybody. I mean, it's a physical sport. I don't think necessarily who the receiver is makes it any different. You just got to be out there and be physical with everybody.
How have you seen Tyrique handle what could be a different situation, not playing last week and then?
What was that?
Tyrique, how have you seen him handle the situation with last week and then not knowing what's going on this week?
I mean, he's handled it good. I haven't seen anything different from him. He's handled it well.
With that being said, with Jalen coming back and, sort of there having been an odd man out, what does it mean to you to be able to stay on the field?
It means a lot to be out there on the field. I think for anybody, you want to be on the field. I think anyone in this locker room, we're competitors. So if you can be out on the field contributing, it's a good thing.
You guys put in so much work. Something like this is never guaranteed. What does the opportunity mean?
It means a lot when you get to be in the playoffs. Because how many teams in the playoffs? 16, 14 of 32 teams. So that right there says enough. That out of 32 teams, we're one of the 14 in the dance, and just getting the opportunity to go out there and compete and win, and hopefully host the Lombardi.
There's a lot of people outside the locker room who didn't think something like this was possible. You got to be totally honest here. There's no cameras, there's no reporters. What were you guys thinking when the season started? Was this a realistic possibility for you guys?
Win the division was 1. Make it to the playoffs was 2. We had some defensive goals of our own, but ultimately you don't go into the season not thinking to win. You don't go into the season not thinking to make it to the playoffs. You'd be doing yourself a disservice if you went out thinking, oh, let's just get 9 wins and get better next year. No, we're going for it. I think all 32 teams set out the year going for it.
Ben said, every inch matters, every blade of grass matters. How do you make sure you seize that in a game of this magnitude?
Attention to detail, locked in on the keys that they give us, and executing the plays that are called. And
There have been so many injuries in the secondary. How do you think that you guys have handled it, and how exciting is it to have Jalen kind of rounding into form and have Kyler come back?
I think we've handled it well. I think we've handled it like professionals. The coaches have done a good job of just kind of putting guys where they need to be and putting guys in the right spots to go out there and make plays. And I think it's great to have guys like Kyler back, who's a hell of a player, instinctual player who can go out there and make crazy plays and bend and contort his body in crazy ways. And then, like you said, a guy like Jalen, who's an all-pro Bowl corner, who basically missed the whole year, kind of just think for him to just getting back into the flow of the game. I think how many games has he played this year? Like 4 or 5. So I think for them it's just about just getting back into the flow of it. I think Jay's starting to come back around, and then hopefully Kyler can get out there and pick up where he left off and just play his game.
You sound pretty optimistic that he's going to play. Is that the feeling?
Yeah, I hope he plays. Yeah. I feel a lot better when Kyler's out there. I hope he plays.
When you think about what the discussion was in your room about takeaways, what Al was saying, what KP was saying, and then you guys lead the NFL with 33 takeaways. Like, what do you say about when you think about the preparation for that and then that coming to fruition?
I think ultimately, anytime you set out to do something and you do it, it's great. And that's something we just emphasize all year, just takeaways. And ultimately, it's led us to quite a few wins. I think someone was telling me yesterday, I think when we have 2 or more turnovers, we're 9-0. So that's just what we do. And we're looking to do that in the playoffs.